Hello, YouTube. It has been almost forever, hasn't it? Wow. If you are watching this video a long time after you watched the first one, or maybe if you're new to the channel and you don't know me personally and you're looking at that 2 year gap and seeing me, you're like, Simon, what happened? And plenty. For one thing, if you notice the date on that video, February 4th, 2020, if I'm not mistaken, um, things were about to go down in the United States as far as a pretty pretty well-known disease at this point. I'm sure I don't need to remind you. And for me, in my personal life, plenty more has happened. My hair is longer, but if you will believe it, and you may not, my hair has been cut many times since then. I very often in my life do long hair and then run back to short hair and then do long and then back to short. It's been a pattern in my life since I was about 15 with some variation and some exceptions. And right now we're in a long phase, but I'm actually wondering what I should do with my hair. So let me know in the comments below what I should do with that. That's not what this video is going to be about, but it is just kind of going to be a refresher, a catch up, because it has been a long time since I, posted that first video. And over again, I thought that I was gonna, I kept on being like saying to myself, Simon, you gotta post, you gotta record something, you gotta get something out there. But I did it, and so here we are today, just doing another catch-in. I feel like I'm relaunching the channel because I don't know if I'm going to be more consistent. I probably won't post this video until I get a little bit more consistent just in my recording sessions. But the good news is now, as I mentioned, I have a little bit more knowledge about how video editing and sound quality works. I have a microphone that kind of works. I don't really have a stand that puts it near enough to my mouth to where you can understand what I'm saying without hearing the cord being drugged back and forth as I swivel a little bit in my chair, which is a new thing, by the way. This chair in this apartment, I'm no longer in a dorm room. I am in an apartment. It's crazy. I just watched that old video actually right before recording this, and it turns out that I'm still an amateur. I don't know. You'd think that after 2 years I would have learned a thing or two, but I've really only scraped the surface on editing and sound and stuff like that, and yeah, you probably can't tell because this probably sounds still really bad and all that kind of thing. But there is a lot that has happened. Like for me personally, I was a freshman in college when I published that video, and now today as I record the first video, I am a senior, and it's my life is very different, and I do a lot of different things. Like a lot has changed. I've done some growth, and I've learned a lot that I want to share with you, which I guess brings me back to my original point, which is like relaunching this channel in a lot of ways. I also changed the name of the channel. When I first made the channel, I just had my first and last name, and now it's Simon Says It All, because here I want there to be a place where I can talk about whatever I'm interested in, whatever I'm passionate about. And that has grown and changed so much in the past 2 years that it makes me shudder to think about where I'm going to be in two more. But it also makes me really excited to share with you guys, whoever you might be. I don't really know who you are or what you're doing, or like you could be anybody. As far I have no way of knowing. And I realized that I don't really know exactly what I want this channel to be. I just want to make a little bit of everything and throw it at the wall and see what sticks. And I think along the way I'll find out what it is among those interests and among those things that I'm passionate about that I really want to share with you guys. It could be something as, skin deep as my experience in whatever working environment that I'm in at the time, or like work stories or school stories or whatever. Or it might be something as passionate and deep as my faith, which is integral to like who I am and what I do in my life, the decisions that I make. Or it could be something in between, like character analysis and like what makes a good story. I do a lot of reading, and I aspire to be a storyteller is really what I've always wanted to be. And maybe that's all I'll do here is I'll tell stories. Will they be true? I don't know. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Maybe I'll tell you stories that I have formulated between the ears here, or maybe I'll tell you stories from my personal life or from those around me, or maybe I'll talk to you about people who have been monumental in my life and how I've grown from knowing them, and how you could also grow from knowing them, and what lessons that I've been able to take away from the experiences I've had. This is all to say I don't know exactly what this channel is going to be, but I'm really glad that you're here, and that you're listening. And I hope that whatever the following videos are, because I don't know what they are right now, I hope there's something in them for you. And just like the channel says, Simon Says It All, I think I'm going to give a lot of things a try. And I don't know if I'm gonna wear this shirt at the same time, or if you're even gonna see my face all the time, or if my hair is gonna look like this, or if the light's gonna look like this, or if you can hear little things in the background, or if I find a way to use this microphone. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I do want to consistently create and consistently put stuff out there. I feel a deep desire to reach out, not because I know you or because like I can see what you're going through, because I can't. But like I said in my first video, there was a time when I really relied on people that I didn't know personally, to tell me stories and to share their interests with me, to find and come to realize that there are people beyond my hometown that have the same interests as me and that believe the same things that I believe and are passionate about what I believe, and people from totally different backgrounds than me that are still striving for something, and that something isn't so different than what I'm striving for. And there's countless people out there that need to hear that and need to know that. And I don't know if that's who I'm gonna be, but maybe I could be for 25 of you guys, and maybe that would be enough. And maybe I'll post 3 videos over the next 10 years and fall off the face of the earth. I don't know. But for now, if you stuck this far through the end of the video, I've really just been talking, and get used to that. I like the sound of my own voice, which was a hard lesson to learn. I guess that would be a fun little anecdote. When I was little, my brother told me, because I would just jabber. I would walk and talk nonstop. And my oldest brother told me, he's like, you just like the sound of your own voice. And I didn't know what to tell him, because I realized that he was right. And the older I get, the more true it seems, and that I can just talk and talk and talk. And so hopefully that doesn't come to your detriment. Hopefully that comes to be a source of joy in your life. And I'm not expecting much. Mostly it's just a joy that somebody is there listening. I have no idea who you are. I have no idea where you come from or what it is you're doing, but I'm so excited to share what I've gone through and what I've seen, and the lessons that I've learned, and the joys that I've found with you. And I hope that you can take something away from that. And I look forward to sharing that with you as time goes on. But until then, I still don't have an outro for this channel, so help me. I guess I've said all that I can say right now. So until next time, thanks so much.